raise community issues and shape national conversations. Without your voice, the microphone goes silent. Keep calling, keep talking, because when the people speak, democracy breathes.
Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. The Office of the Commissioner of Yei River County has condemned rising incidents of looting and robbery targeting civilians and traders, alongside recent abductions of humanitarian workers operating in the area, describing the acts as serious threats to security and economic stability. The Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs has appointed Peter Dawakol as the new Consul General, replacing Sarah Peter Nyotkok. And elsewhere, an airline in Somalia has praised one of its pilots after the crash landed his passenger plane, which had suffered a technical fault on the shoreline next to the capital's international airport, with all 55 on board surviving. These stories and more coming to in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. The Office of the Commissioner of Yei River County has condemned rising incidents of looting and robbery targeting civilians and traders, alongside recent abductions of humanitarian workers operating in the area, describing the acts as serious threats to security and economic stability. In a statement issued on Tuesday, county authorities expressed deep concern over reports of businessmen and women being harassed, attacked, and disposed of their property while traveling from town to rural markets to conduct lawful trade. The statement said such criminal acts not only violate the rights and dignity of citizens but also disrupt livelihoods that sustain families across the county. The Commissioner's office also strongly denounced recent abductions of humanitarian personnel, adding that the 8 workers are in Yei River County solely to provide essential and life-saving services to vulnerable communities. The report did not indicate the number of those abducted or identify the perpetrators. Authorities called on those responsible for the incidents to cease their actions immediately and unconditionally, warning that the county government will not tolerate conduct that disrupts peace, endangers lives, obstructs humanitarian operations, or interferes with lawful business activities. The county government reaffirmed its commitment to upholding the rule of law and ensuring that residents, humanitarian organizations, and traders can operate in a secure and enabling environment. The Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs has appointed Peter Dawakol as the new Consul General, replacing Sarah Peter Nyotkok. Akol confirmed his appointment to iRadio on Tuesday, stating that he is awaiting a formal swearing-in ceremony before President Salva Kiir to officially assume his duties. Akol said, and I quote, "I have been appointed to the office of the Consul General at the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. While the appointment was issued by the Minister of Justice, I am currently awaiting my formal swearing-in before the President. I succeed Sarah Peter Nyotkok in his role," end quote. A member of the South Sudan Bar Association, Akol, takes over the position following the removal of his predecessor. No further details are provided regarding the change in leadership. The Office of the Consul General is a key department within the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. It is responsible for managing the state's legal affairs and ensuring that government actions comply with the Constitution and applicable laws. The Central Equatorial State Security Committee has resolved to enforce the 2017 presidential order directing cattle herders to return to their original areas and to tighten land allocation procedures in a move aimed at addressing illegal land acquisition and recurring conflicts in the state. The meeting held on Tuesday at the State Secretariat was chaired by Deputy Governor Paulino Lokudu on behalf of Governor Emmanuel Adil Anthony. It focused on pressing security and administrative concerns, including disputes over land ownership and tensions between farmers and pastoralists. Deputy Governor Lokudu said that compliance would help reduce clashes between farming communities and pastoralists while safeguarding agricultural production and food security across the state. Lokudu stated this during the session that the enforcement of this directive is critical to restoring order and preventing further conflict between communities. In addition, the committee directed the Ministry of Housing, Land and Public Utilities to streamline land allocation processes to curb illegal land acquisition. The ministry was instructed to ensure that plots are issued strictly to individuals with valid and verifiable documents in order to prevent fraudulent claims and long-standing land disputes. Officials said the new measures are intended to strengthen governance, uphold rightful land ownership and promote transparency in land administration. They urge residents to remain calm and cooperate with authorities as the government rolls out the new directives. This is our Radio Morning News, and now to the international scene. An airline in Somalia has praised one of its pilots after he crash-landed his passenger plane, which had suffered a technical fault on the shoreline next to the capital's international airport, with all 55 on board surviving. Istaski Aviation said the pilot's quick thinking was crucial in saving the 50 passengers and 5 crew. The crew of the aircraft, a Fokker 50, reported a problem shortly after takeoff from Mogadishu on Tuesday morning and requested that the plane return. The Somali Civil Aviation Authority Director Ahmed Maclean Hassan said the plane then touched down but failed to stop on the runway, overshooting the tarmac before coming to rest in shallow water. Zambia's High Court has ordered the seizure of assets worth more than $1.3 million from Dalitso Lungu, the son of former President Edgar Lungu. The forfeiture order covers 79 vehicles and 23 pieces of land and real estate, including a shopping mall, petrol station, luxury apartments, and an executive residence in the capital, Lusaka. The judgment said the 39-year-old and his company had failed to provide a credible and verifiable explanation for how the assets were acquired lawfully. Edgar Lungu, who led Zambia for 6 years from 2015, died in South Africa last June, but has yet to be buried because of an ongoing legal battle between his family and the current government. This is our Radio Morning News, and to end this bulletin, here's a recap of the headlines. The Office of the Commissioner of Yei River County has condemned rising incidents of looting and robbery targeting civilians and traders, alongside recent abductions of humanitarian workers operating in the area, describing the acts as serious threats to security and economic stability. The Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs has appointed Peter Daoko as the new Consul General, replacing Sarah Peter Nyot-Kok. And an airline in Somalia has praised one of its pilots after he crash-landed his passenger plane, which had suffered a technical fault on the shoreline next to the capital's international airport, with all 55 on board surviving. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +211 925 287 It's also our WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I'm Lasuba Memo. Thanks for listening.